Good afternoon, everybody. I myself am an avid traveler. I love going to different countries to immerse in their cultures, try different foods, think about where I'm gonna go sightsee. But I learned that really quickly that not everything when you are going abroad needs to be unfamiliar, like finding healthcare. With what I've done here as a healthcare innovation expert, I have found myself in situations where I don't know where to go, what to do when I'm in a situation in a different country. Like, I've had to play charades with the pharmacist because I just needed ibuprofen in Costa Rica and figuring out what the equivalent was. Or getting a skin rash on the first day of my trip in the Netherlands and looking for just a consult that took me half the day to do. So I figured if it was an issue for somebody who was an expert in the field, it was an issue for others as well. Introducing Wander Health. It's a medical concierge tech-enabled startup that connects travelers to English-speaking doctors around the world. Last year alone, there was about 81 million Americans that traveled abroad, and 40% of them actually ended up getting sick or injured. And half of them ended up going to the urgent care in that locale. So it clearly was a big need. And as we continue to travel, I'm sure most of you here are coming from different places around the world, we see that there are more people, more than ever, in different countries that are trying to figure out what happens if something happens for their healthcare. So these are just current issues that are occurring with a lot of people trying to look for healthcare. You're looking on Google, searching all over the internet to figure out which clinic to trust, which clinic is available, calling a bunch of them to figure out if they have the service that you're looking for. Do they have the lab equipment, the supplies, maybe the x-ray machine that you need because you just fell? You're trying to figure out also if they speak the same language as you. And then you're guesstimating at the end of this all, how much is it gonna cost me? So the difference between us and travel medical insurance is that we have built a marketplace of the best medical professionals in each city, while travel medical insurance provides coverage. And even with that coverage, sometimes it only covers the emergencies, not necessarily what you need and how to get there. So you would still have to go through all these issues behind me here, and you want to figure out how it is appropriate, if it's the right place to go, and if it's someone you trust. So that's what we've been able to build. This is our booking platform that we've built. What we do is provide in-person care and a one-stop shop for people to get reputable recommendations to local English-speaking doctors. We're focused on urgent care right now, and we actually can get you same-day or next-day appointments. So you might need it for a new prescription that you're trying to fill because you lost your medication or you just need it along the way, or you fell and you needed stitches, and they're able to stitch you up. Some of these clinics here are the partner clinics that we have across the world. What we've done is actually be able to make sure that each of these clinics are compliant to each of their local country's regulations and ensure they are the best in that particular city. With the insurance companies, so the market that we're actually going after is a B2B2C market play. The two groups that we're looking at are insurance companies and international event organizers. For insurance companies, what they care about is reducing the amount of spending that the members are going to file the claim for. They want to ensure that it's appropriate care, there's no medical waste, they are being directed to the appropriate place. So that's how Wander Health would be the first line of defense to serve as the concierge and point them to the appropriate healthcare provider that can actually treat what they're looking for, instead of them having to scramble around, maybe finding the most expensive provider, and then also it being a poor member experience for them. A lot of these insurance companies also have a lack of an international provider network. So it may affect the member user experience or even the brand disloyalty to that insurance company. For international event organizers, what we've been able to do is help optimize the health and safety team's capacity so that they can take care of what they actually have the function to do. So instead of them worrying about, okay, we don't have an x-ray machine here, but we have to figure out where to get you, or do you just go to the emergency room, which ends up being pricier anyways, we're here to actually help and minimize that administrative burden, the headache, and frustration that all parties are feeling. This also helps a lot of the attendees feel more safe, feel healthier when they're in that foreign country. And partnering with us, you're also able to, or these organizers are also able to support the local community and economy, because we're showcasing the best medical talent in that particular city. So when we launched, we had tons of stories and narratives and messages from people all over the world tell us how this has been a big issue for them. There's been countless of people who feel that negative medical experience or healthcare need that they had when they were abroad has been ingrained into their brains, that's how they think about that particular trip that they went on. Some also played charades with foreign pharmacies. Some even had to figure out how to understand what the doctor was telling them and how they would treat them. And it was clearly frustrating to hear from all these different stories. Like, one person actually gave me the story of they had to spend the whole day walking to different urgent care clinics and actually ended up not getting the care they needed because they didn't trust the healthcare services that they were going to because they didn't know where to go. Or somebody's flight got revoked because they weren't able to communicate in the same language about what the severity of their medical needs were. When we launched, we had over 600 people sign up for our waitlist within 2 weeks. And now our network has grown so tremendously much in this past year. We now have over 100 doctors in our network serving over 80 cities. And our team is actually made up of 80 years of combined healthcare experience, from a C-level executive to to experiences in startups, employee benefits, and clinicians, even for the government as well. I myself, as the founder, I have built a profitable international network of over 60 hospitals and been able to actually negotiate multi-million-dollar contracts between insurance companies and hospitals as well. So I figured that, again, this was a solution that was needed for a lot of people that we continue to travel abroad. And today, I'm happy to be here because we're actually providing all LSI attendees with a complimentary Wander Health membership. So check your emails to make sure that you're able to claim that. And you can also use the QR code here to actually be able to learn more about us. Thank you.